Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Matty T's Twin Flame Guidance. I'm your host, Matt D. Talford. In today's episode, I'm giving you all some advice, okay? All right? I'm not going to do the traditional what I do with the cards, okay? The traditional thing I do with the cards where I'll pull a current situation card and then I'll pull an advice card and break that down. I'm leading with the advice today, y'all. I'm leading with the advice today. Now, you all know when I'm doing my weekly Divine Feminine readings. And by the way, today's date is Monday, November 24th, 2025, okay? And we are here a week ago this time, we were getting ready to go into that powerful new moon in Scorpio transit. Well, this is on the other side of that new moon in Scorpio transit. New moons, oh, by the way, even though today's date is November 24th, 2025, whenever you see this video, that's exactly when you're supposed to see it, okay? Because there's a message in it for you. Now, we do know that Scorpio new moons bring in revelations. They bring in revelations, things that we did not see coming that lead to transformation, okay? New moons bring in things, the unseen. Things that we don't see, we end up running into during the new moon, right? The new moon is completely black. The outside is dark. If you go outside at night during the new moon and there's no light, you can't see. Opposite the full moon, where if you go outside where there's no light, guess what? The full moon acts as a luminary that gives you enough light to kind of see what's going on, okay? But anyway, so when you're talking about a Scorpio new moon, they bring in things that we did not see coming. But those things that we did not see coming tend to lead to some sort of transformation. And a lot of you saw some things with regards to your twin flame connections that you did not see coming, and it led to some sort of transformation. Now, what I'm here today to do is to give you some advice that you probably want to hear. And I'm hoping that this video is serving in that same new moon in Scorpio energy where it's giving you something that you did not see coming, but it's going to lead to a transformation. Because the transformation that you're going to get by the end of today's video is going to lead to healing. It's going to be a transformation that leads to healing, okay? Now, with some conversations that I've been having over the past 2 days with members of the Divine Feminine Collective, some of what they encountered or some of what the unseen was that was revealed to them during this powerful lunar transit, probably the most powerful lunar transit of the year. Okay, Scorpio is the sign of raw power anyway. So and with the new moon, the sign of raw power being joined up with the energy of the new moon, which brings in revelations and things that we didn't see. You all have had some powerful transformations. You saw some things that were and again, with Scorpio is the sign of the seer, but it's also the sign of the healer. So I'm going to be talking about that in just a minute. Now, a lot of what I've been getting has put some members of the Divine Feminine Collective temporarily in the energy of hurt or pain that has to deal with, they found out something new, they found out something else about a third party karmic attachment. Let me do something. Let me help you all here. Because a couple of those that I've spoken with, they had purchased copies of my book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive, Divine Masculine. Okay, one of them is still reading the book. The other one, she finished it in a couple of days after buying it. She finished it. And let me tell you something. I deal with what a lot of you all are feeling pain for right now in the book, okay? Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive, Divine Masculine. Here's one of the gems from the book. Once you have understanding of the nature of a thing, it ceases to be a problem. I don't care how difficult the problem or challenge appears to be. Once you understand it, it is no longer a problem. So first and foremost, if you don't have a copy of that book, please get a copy. Please go to my website, www.talfordarts.com, and look at my collection of books, okay? Because for starters, from now through December the 1st, we're doing a Black Friday / Cyber Monday sale, and it's going on right now as of November 24th, okay? It's going on right now. We're not waiting for a Black Friday. It's going on right now. You can go there and get 25% off all the books in my collection at checkout. You don't need to enter a code. Just go there. I'll happily autograph that book for you and ship it out to you, okay? So now you really want to get a copy of that book because it explains a lot of what a lot of you are going through and how to come out of that energy. But now let's deal with this new moon in Scorpio and what a lot of you found out. A lot of you found out that your person is dealing with a third party attachment. And for those of you that did already knew that they were dealing with a third party attachment, you got something else. You found out something else that sunk you, that sent you down further. And you're like, ugh. Let me explain something, okay? Let me ask you a question. How many of you would sit in the house with a broken vehicle when you know you got to go somewhere, but you got a broken vehicle, your car won't start, and it's sitting in the driveway, and you're just sitting there waiting for the car to just magically just start working again? How many of you are going to do that? Right? That's what a lot of you are doing right now with your connections. You are holding on to a broken version of your person. You're holding on to an unhealed version of your person. You're holding on to a version of your person that has perhaps some karma that they got to clear, a karmic contract that they got to clear that has nothing to do with you. Okay, it's a karmic contract they got to clear from a previous lifetime with somebody else. Now, interestingly enough, they're also here with you during this lifetime. But time is funny, right? It doesn't. I mean, what is time to an eternal being? Nothing. It doesn't exist. But it does exist to a body that has a time limit on it. Okay? So this is why a lot of us are back repeating themes from previous timelines. It's because, well, we didn't do the right thing when we were in another timeline and we ran out of time in that body. So you had to come back and pick up where you left off. Let me help fast track you. Let me help fast track you right now. You do not sit in your house with a broken vehicle in your driveway when you know you got to go somewhere. You call, you get it towed to a mechanic so that it can be repaired. You don't allow your driveway to hold on to a vehicle that will not start. A vehicle with 4 flat tires, a vehicle with 1 flat tire. That vehicle has got to be repaired before you can get in and drive. But the problem in the collective is a lot of the divine feminines are afraid that if they let go of their person, they're never going to see him again. Why would you want to hold on to something that doesn't serve you? Why would you want to hold on to something that's broken? Oh, well, they've given more attention to the karmic than they're giving to me. You should be thankful because guess what? That karmic is getting the worst version of that person. And that karmic is also, this is from the book, that I shouldn't be doing this because I want you to read it, but this is from the book. That karmic is disappointed because they don't have access to a part of that your person's heart that you do. Why don't they look at me with that much love? Why don't they, and the thing is that karmic, a lot of y'all have divine masculines that are being talked about, or let me back that up. A lot of you have divine masculines where that karmic is constantly in their ear talking bad about, you, and they're in that karmic is in your person's ear constantly talking bad about you, or throwing dirt on your name, or trying to tell them that, hey, you're this, you're that, you're everything but what you really are. Okay? And even with all of that, that person they don't throw you under the bus. They don't talk reckless of you. And if they do, they're lying to that person. How do we know that, Matt? Well, because when that person talks to you, they're kind. They're kind. Even when you're disagreeing, it's agreeable. Now, if you're dealing with somebody where you're talking to them and it's not agreeable, it's fever pitch, y'all are arguing, that's not a twin flame. Because who argues with themselves? I'm not saying you don't get mad at yourself. Like, I'm a tennis player. I've broken tennis rackets because I wasn't playing well. But I'm not going to sit. Nobody's ever seen me sitting there arguing with myself. Matt, you're so stupid. Why did you do that? Man, I don't know, man. You did. Nobody does that. Everybody has some self-deprecating comments every now and then, but nobody argues with themselves, right? So you're not going to really get into this fever pitch argument with your divine counterpart because they are you, right? And that's what these third parties cannot fathom. They can't understand why that person treats you differently or why they hold on to you. But here's the thing. They don't come to you because the two of you are at different frequencies. The two of you are at different frequencies. You can't exist. You can't jive when the two of you, listen, if you are listening to, I'm just going to throw some numbers out there. If you're listening to country music on 89.9 and I'm listening to rap on 101.1, I can't hear your country music and you can't hear my rap. You've either got to change to my frequency or I got to change to your frequency. Okay? For us to be able to listen to the same music at the same time. The conflict, so let me tell you what the conflict is and how to resolve it. And then I'm going to get to the cards, okay? I pre-shuffled and I pulled a card in advance. The spirit told me to take the card off the top. I pulled it It came out in reverse. Y'all know that I don't read reversals with the light, with the Oceanic Tarot deck. But today the Spirit said honor the direction that card came in. And it's going to jive with what exactly I'm about to tell you all. So I'm going to speed through this and try to get this video done. I just saw 10:10 on the clock. Okay. Now, your person is perpetually divine feminine. Real quick, guidance. This is Maddie's twin flame guidance. Divine feminine, you are the holder of the keys to your connection. Why? Because the twin flame experience is a spiritual connection that manifests in the physical. Well, guess what? Divine feminine is the ruler of the spiritual aspect of that connection. The divine masculine is the ruler of the physical aspect of that connection. So guess what? As the ruler of this spiritual connection, because the twin flame connection is a spiritual connection that we experience in the physical, that puts the divine feminine in charge. Guess what? You are doing the exact same thing that you would do that you're doing in that car example. You're sitting knowing that you need to go somewhere, but you got a broken car in the driveway because, well, you're afraid of what might happen if you let it go. You know that car needs to be repaired, but you're thinking, well, what if they tell me that it's irreparable and then they got to total it? I love that car. Why do you love a car that ain't rolling? You can't go anywhere in it. Let it go so that it can be repaired. If it doesn't come back because it's irreparable, guess what? The universe moved something out of your driveway so something better could come in. You got to let go of the fear. Fear is low vibrational. So guess what you're doing? You're holding on to someone who's already at a lower frequency than you, using the low frequency of fear. You got to raise your frequency to trust, to faith, to knowing. Divine feminine energy is all knowing. Okay? Divine feminine energy is all knowing. It is. It is. So guess what? You got to release the fear and get into the energy of knowing. I know this is my person. I'm giving them back to the universe. Divine Father, Divine Mother, universe, source, God, whatever you want to label it. I can't do anything with this connection as long as this person's in this frequency, as long as this person's dealing with these third-party karmic attachments that are feeding the monster, that are keeping them in this energy. So I'm giving them back to you. If I'm supposed to be with this person, send them back to me in a healed state, in a whole state. They're not whole right now. W-H-O-L-E. W-H-O-L-E. They're not whole right now. So release them so that they can be made whole. Well, I don't want to let them go because I might not get them back. They're already giving their time and attention to the karmic. Yeah, but guess what else the karmic is getting? They're getting a SHITTY diaper. You get the luxury of having the baby with the lotion on it smelling good. They get the baby with the diaper in it that's got yellow mustard in it. Some of y'all that have changed newborns' diapers, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that yellow mustard. Okay? All right? Let the karmic change that dirty diaper. Let them deal with that poop diaper. Let them deal with that poop. Well, let them deal with that crap. You don't want it. And here's the other part. Here's your evidence for those of you that might question. Here's your evidence that is your person. When you talk to them, it's always pleasant. You may not agree, but the pitch of the conversation is soft. It's kind. There's no shouting. Even if you're disagreeing, there's no shouting. I promise you that karmic attachment is not getting that version of them. And they're jealous because they get that lower frequency version of them and you don't. Okay? But you have got to let go. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. You're on two different frequencies. You are on two different frequencies, and a lot of you are holding on in fear. So guess what fear is? Fear is low vibration. Guess what you run away? Guess what? If something makes you afraid, what do? You run from it. So you're presenting the energy of fear. I don't want to lose you. Fear of abandonment. A lot of us came here to heal that. Wait till you see the card that came out today. Came off the top of the deck. So let them go. Let them go. Let the car go so it can be repaired. I don't want to lose that person. Guess what? If you lose them, that was never your person. That's the confidence that you got to return to, Divine Feminine. Now, understand this. We're in a powerful cosmic transit today that is pouring healing waters over the earth right now, pouring healing waters into your experience. So whatever that new moon in Scorpio brought into the knowledge of you or brought to your knowledge, I promise you, it's put you in the energy of transformation. But we're going to do another transformation right now. Because guess what? We're currently under a powerful cosmic transit known as a grand water trine. We've got 4 planets in water signs, 4 planets in all of the water signs, 2 planets in Scorpio, 1 in Cancer, 1 in Pisces. Mercury sitting at 22 degrees of Scorpio. Venus, Mercury is the energy of communication. You got the communication energy in a retrograde sitting at 22 degrees Scorpio. That's power couple energy. Why? Scorpio and Capricorn are power couple energy. You know why they are? Because Scorpios are indestructible. It's the energy of infinity. You knock them down, they always get back up. They're indomitable. Capricorn is the energy of the achiever, the overcomer, the problem solver. It will overcome any obstacle on its way to success. So what does that spell? 22 degrees is the degree of Capricorn. The sign that Mercury, the energy of communication, is in Scorpio, the sign of the transformer. So what that tells me is you've got the energy of communication sitting in the sign of transformation in the degree of the achiever or the successful one. So somebody's got a fresh, new mentality. Mercury rules over the conscious mind and communication. Somebody's got some fresh, new healing communication. 22 degrees of Scorpio says a successful transformation. 22 degrees is Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign of success. Scorpio is the sign of transformation. 22 degrees of Scorpio says successful transformation. You got successful transformation in your communication with your divine counterpart that is going to last. That's why a lot of you are feeling refreshing energy today. A lot of you are kind of tired today. That's what happens when you need to recharge your body. Your body makes you tired. The universe makes you tired. The divine makes you tired. Source makes you tired. You know what tired does? Tired puts you to sleep so that your body can heal and recover. Where are my athletes out there? You ever injured a joint or something during sports? It hurts like a mother blanker until you go to sleep. You go to sleep, you wake up, you might ice it, whatever. You might take some pain medicine or whatever. But that's not what healed it. Going into a deep sleep allowed your body to heal. And when you wake up, it might be sore. It might still be a little swollen, but it's not like it was the day before. It's not like it was when you injured it. So that sleep puts you in healing mode. It puts you in healing mode. 22 degrees Mercury, the energy of communication and the mind, the conscious mind, sitting at 22 degrees of Scorpio. That says to me a successful renewing or transformation of your conscious thoughts regarding your connection and your communication with your divine counterpart. Now, what's the next planet? This is a grand water trine. Grand water trine is 3 or more planets in all 3 of the water signs. That's Mercury, okay? Next, Venus, the energy of partnership, sitting at 22 degrees Scorpio. What does that say? A successful transformation of your partnership. Venus, the energy of partnership, 22 degrees, the energy of Capricorn, or the degree of Capricorn, which is the energy of the successful one, the achiever, and then Scorpio, the energy of the transformer, the renewer, the alchemist. Okay? So that Venus, the energy of partnership, sitting at 22 degrees, Scorpio says a successful renewing of your partnership. It's happening right now. Raise your frequency. Next, you have Jupiter sitting in the sign of Cancer. Jupiter sitting in Cancer. Jupiter is the energy of expansion, abundance, luck, benevolence, okay? Sitting at 24 degrees of Cancer. 24th degree is the degree of Pisces, which rules over the 12th house bridge. The 12th house connects the current life with past lives. It connects the heavens with the earth. It connects the spiritual realm with the physical realm. That's a very powerful transit. 24 degrees Cancer is what Jupiter, the energy of abundance, is sitting at. Okay? And Cancer rules over the emotions. So you got abundant, fresh, new, healing. Cancer is also, it heals. It is responsible for the heart chakra. So you have an expansion of your heart chakra. You have an expansion of your heart chakra, perhaps with a past life energy, because Pisces is the sign that rules over the 12th house, and the 12th house is the bridge between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, the current life and past lives. Okay? All right? That's Cancer energy. We got Mercury and Venus in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, and then Saturn, the energy of time, karma, and such, sitting at 25 degrees of Pisces. The 25th degree is the degree of Aries. Aries deals with appearances. It deals with showing up. It deals with emergence. Okay? So this is the emergence of perhaps something that you had at a time. Okay? And then Pisces. Pisces is also the ruler of the 12th house. The 12th house is about endings. Saturn, karma, Pisces, endings. 25th degree Aries, that's a brand new start. Y'all come on, y'all stick with me. That's Pisces energy. So now you have the energy of the seer, the energy of the empath, and the energy of the psychic, all washing over they're in a powerful trine aspect to each other. So you got all this water energy cleansing and renewing. Let me read something really quick, and then I'm going to go to the card, and we're going to wrap up with an oracle advice card, okay? Let me read something. This is from the AI search assistant from DuckDuckGo. What is a grand water trine transit? A grand water trine transit occurs when 3 water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, form a 120-degree angle with each other, creating a harmonious triangle in the sky. This alignment is associated with heightened emotions, intuition, and opportunities for healing and personal growth. Okay? Heightened emotions. This transit is associated with increased emotional sensitivity and intuition. So some of y'all are having a lot of telepathic communication with your divine counterpart today. You're getting songs channeled to you. You're getting channeled messages. You're feeling like they're speaking to your heart. Individuals may feel more in touch with their feelings and those of others. Those are the heightened emotions that you get with a grand water trine. Empathy and healing. The grand water trine fosters a nurturing environment, promoting empathy and opportunities for emotional healing. Okay? Okay? All right. So that's all I'm going to read from that. Y'all, this is a beautiful time for healing. Allow these healing waters to wash you clean and help you raise your vibration. Help you raise your vibrations. When you raise your vibrations and you come out of that fear of letting go energy and that fear of them not returning to you, I promise you it is going to heal you. When you heal, your connection heals. And if your connection doesn't heal, it falls apart, meaning that wasn't your person. Why would you want to hold on to something that's not yours? I know you love driving that car. Let it go off to the shop. Either the mechanic's going to fix it, the divine mechanic is going to fix that car, or that divine mechanic's going to say, you know what? This car is not fixable. I'm going to send you a car that's going to make you forget about that last car that was broken. When you raise your frequency, the frequency of the entire connection rises, okay? So let the karmics deal with that low vibrational version of your person. You're getting the better version of them. That's why these karmic attachments don't like you. They don't even know you personally, but they don't like you. They don't like you because they see your person sees you differently than your person sees them. And that's not even a brag. It's just the truth of the matter. They're never going to see that person like they see you, because you and they are one. Y'all get that book. I'm pointing at it, but it's either here or here. Y'all get that book. Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive Divine Masculine. Nobody on the Twin Flame journey should be without that book. And you can get it for 25% off through December the 1st, 11:59 p.m. So basically through December the 2nd, you can get that book for 25% off. Get it now. Get a collector's edition copy. I'm telling you, this is a fraction of the cost of a personal reading. And a personal reading is going to give you whatever the current energy is, but this is a resource. This is a timeless resource that is going to serve you and help you to heal your connection. That is exactly why I created this channel. Okay, so let me show you the card. It came out in reverse. Look at that. The 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I don't read reversals with this particular Oceanic Tarot deck, but Spirit said, Matt, take that card the way it came out. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. You see the word there. It says abandonment. In the traditional tarot deck, you see 2 individuals locked out of a church. Okay? This 5 of Pentacles in reverse says the divine feminines this week are no longer feeling abandoned. It could be tied to that grand water trine. It could be tied to that healing energy that you got from whatever that surprise tower card moment was that you got from that new moon in Scorpio. You got a revelation that led to a transformation. Okay? For those of you that got a revelation about something that had to deal with a third-party attachment that led to that transformation where you said, I'm done with this person, that's good. But now bring it back to the middle. Go listen to that India Irie song, Back to the Middle. Come back to the middle, okay? That's good that you said I'm done with this person, but now bring it back. Understand that you're not done with that person. You're done with that broken version of them. Okay? That 5 of Pentacles in reverse says you're no longer locked out. You're not locked out of their experience. You actually don't want to be part of a low vibrational experience. That doesn't serve you or them. You've already raised your frequency. I'm glad that the universe showed you something about your connection that made you ready to let it go, because a lot of you needed to let go of that version of your person. Get the book. This is in there. Let go of that version of your person so that you can get that highest vibrational frequency version of your person. Their higher self is waiting for you to let that version of them go. You're holding on to it and it can't heal until you let it go. God wants to take it and heal it. You're like, no, I don't want to lose my person. No. Let go of that version of them. You're connected in the ether, but you came here to have an experience in the physical, but you cannot have that experience in the physical when you're on 2 different frequencies. You're on a different frequency than them. Let them play out the rest of that karmic contract, and when they're sick of it, they'll heal. A person's not going to stop doing something that's not good for them until they're sick of it. But they can't be sick of it as long as you're holding on to them, because they're running away from you because you're presenting with this, or you were presenting with this fear energy of losing them. That five of Pentacles in reverse says, let go of the fear of abandonment. And that's the energy you all are in this week. All right? That's all I'm going to touch with that. I'm not going to pull an advice card because I'll give you the advice on the front end. The biggest advice I can give you is get a copy of that book. For those of you that prefer ebooks, you can get it on ebook. Okay? It's available on Amazon Kindle and Apple iBooks for those of you that have Apple books or whatever. Now, again, the printed books are 25% off through December the 2nd on my website, www.talfordarts.com. Very powerful resource. Very powerful resource. Get it from me. You can get it on Amazon and print too, for those of you that are outside the United States. But those of you in America, order it from my website, and I will happily autograph it for you. And if you get that collector's edition, just know that you're going to be one of a maximum 1,111 people that have a copy of that book. We're not printing. There will not be a 1,112th copy of that book printed. You know that 1111 is a very powerful number in the Twin Flame Collective. All right, enough of me rambling. Let's shuffle these Rose Oracle cards and get you guys some Rose Oracle advice, and then we're done. Thank you all for being here today. Hit that like button for me if you have not done so already. I want to see you all win. That's exactly why I created this channel. I want to see you all win, okay? All right, look at that. The card that came out is Sophia. Sophia, okay? Divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, destiny. These are destined connections. Let me read from the book and see what it's got to say. All right? Sophia. Thank you all for being here today. Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, destiny. Sophia is a Greek word meaning wisdom. Sophia is thought to have been a force present at the time of creation and is often presented as a woman. This turns our patriarchal understanding of a sole male, God, responsible for creation, on its head. In the Bible's book of Proverbs, Sophia says, I was present at the beginning of the creation, participating at the side of the Lord in the work of creation. Many scholars and art historians believe that the female figure beside God in Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling is a representation of Sophia. The philosopher Rudolf Steiner believed that the ancient Egyptian mother goddess Isis was an incarnation of her. The galaxy overlapping the spiral of the rose on this card is a mystical representation of Sophia as holder of the divine plan. The intelligence that tells the rose when to open and the planet how to spin also exists within you. This card brings with it a message to trust the intelligence that brought you here. Have faith that the blueprint of your destiny is already known. What secret dreams do you have? What are you being called to say yes to create? Say yes to letting go of a version of your divine counterpart that does not serve you. The quicker you let go, the quicker they can heal. The quicker you get that car out of your driveway, the quicker that car can return, okay? In a brand new fixed position, okay? Where you can actually drive it somewhere. The galaxy overlapping the spiral of the rose on this card is a mystical representation of Sophia as holder of the divine plan. The intelligence that tells the roads when to open and the planet how to spin also exists within you. This card brings with it a message to trust the intelligence that brought you here. Have faith that the blueprint of your destiny is already known. What secret dreams do you have? What are you being called to say yes to create? Sophia embraces the cosmos. She holds the blueprint of creation. No person or thing is left out. For those of y'all worried about abandonment, it's upside down. It's in the reverse. Let me read that again. No person or thing is left out. Call upon her to guide you. Wisdom. For those of y'all that don't want to say Sophia, I get it. Just call it wisdom. And I'm going to read a Bible verse from you from the book of Proverbs that is going to nail this home. No person or thing is left out. Call upon her to guide you. Rest in the intelligence that exists within yourselves. Trust that you know what to do. Trust the blueprint within. Allow the seeds of your destiny to guide you. The Rose transmission is this. I trust in the divine plan. Activate the intelligence within my cells and unlock and act on my most expansive destiny now. I'm going to read that one more time. This is an affirmation. You can read it with me or recite it or repeat after me. I trust in the divine plan. Activate the intelligence within my cells and unlock and act on my most expansive destiny now. We're talking about destined divine connections. So guess what you just activated? Healing. It's all connected. We're in a grand water trine. That is healing. We're in a healing grand water trine. The energy this week is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. If I said 5 of Cups earlier, y'all forgive me. The 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? But some of y'all in the 5 of Cups in reverse too. So there, hold that. So that's all I got this week, y'all. Let me read this Bible verse, and we're gonna wrap this thing up. And I may put this on the screen so you all can read it with me or read or follow along. Let's see. This comes from the book of Proverbs, the 4th chapter, okay? Beginning at the 1st verse, and we're going to read down through verse 7. Now, guess what 4 plus 7 is? 11. It's a twin flame number as well. Here we go. Hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. Know, K-N-O-W. Attend to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine. Forsake you not my law. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words. Keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Notice how wisdom is referred to in the feminine. Verse 6 says, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. That's wisdom. Okay, love her, and she shall keep thee. That's wisdom. And then it says, wisdom, she is the principal thing, therefore get her, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. And that brings us right back to the book, Twin Flames, understanding and solving the problem of the avoidant, dismissive divine masculine. That is for divine feminines and divine masculine. Understanding. When you understand the nature of a thing that seems problematic, it is no longer a problem. That's why it says here, with all thy getting, get understanding. That's all I got this week, family. If you're new to the channel and you like this type of inspiration, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure that your notification bell is set to all so you'll be notified when I upload new content. And yeah, so again, I just want to say it one more time for the road. We got my new Twin Flame book on sale. It's an early Black Friday sale, and it will be on sale through Cyber Monday. So get it now while you can for 25% off. And just know that for less than the cost of a personal tarot reading, you will have a resource that you can carry through the rest of your connection with you that is going to bring you right back. When you feel like you're slipping, it's going to bring you back. Okay? My friends own a copy of the book. One of them, she told me, she said, you know what, Matt? You are absolutely right. In the book, you talked about that. I forgot it. The karmic attachment, the third-party attachment is not getting the same version of our persons that we get. Let them deal with working out the kinks, okay? When they raise their vibration, they will no longer desire. When they raise their vibration, they're going to be at a different frequency from any third-party attachments, and they're going to naturally repulse each other anyway. That's how these things work. But you got to get there, and the only way to get there, Divine Feminine, don't fall for the trick. Don't fall for the trap. Anything that you're seeing with regards to a third-party attachment is designed to, if you're looking at it, it's designed to pull you down into a lower frequency and run you out of time in your body so that you have to repeat this cycle in another timeline. Don't do it. Let go. Let go. When you let go and you leave them to deal with that third-party attachment and you pray for them, just pray for them. That's what they really need. You just let them go and pray for them. I promise you they'll either come back in a healed state or the universe is going to give you a better car. But you got to be willing to let go. Hey, you know what? I love this person with all my heart, soul, mind, body, whatever. But I cannot coexist with something that is on a different vibrational frequency than I am. Let it go. Don't lower your frequency. Let it go. Their frequency will come up. If that's your person, I promise you, their frequency will come up. But it can't come up as long as you're squeezing it. Okay? If you're squeezing a 2-liter bottle, you can't get 2 liters of fluid in there. You got to let it go. Get your 2-liter plastic bottle. If you're squeezing a 2-liter plastic bottle that's supposed to have 2 liters or 32 ounces of fluid in it, if you're squeezing that bottle like this, you have inherently decreased its capacity to hold water. Water is emotions. Water is life. Let it go. And guess what? It can now be filled up in accordance with its original design. That's all I got. I love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your week. And if any Divine Masculines cross-watching, celebrate with your Divine Feminine and pray for her as needed. That's all I got, family. I love y'all. Peace.